Can you join my party already? There we go. The Scarab only ceiling shot 1v1. I'm sure that these boys are both aware of the rules. You know, this is like the perfect Discord decal. I'm so tired. I just said the perfect Discord. The perfect decal for the Scarab. The Storm's Watch. Storm Watch? I don't know what it's called. So this will be interesting. It's been a while since we did a ceiling shot only. I'm just going to speak to him in Scottish. I bet you can what I mean, hen. That means you know what I mean. So let's see who goes first here. Looks like the ball has ended up in Ixo's half, so he's going to take the first possession. What is this noise? Can you guys hear that? It sounds like the car is farting. Right, ceiling shot only, Scarab 1v1. Here we go. Ixo does put a shot on target. Not quite powerful enough to go past Flores, who, if anybody's been watching him, you'll know that he does love going for ceiling shots in 1v1. But of course, he plays exclusively in the Octane. I've seen Ixo mess around with other cars before, but not Flores. Flores I've never seen play a car that isn't the Octane. Actually, I saw him play the Gizmo in that video that he posted years ago now of him versus Torix with the epic intro. I reviewed that on my channel. I fully recommend that you guys go watch it. It's very, very funny. But this is probably going to take a while for these guys to find their bearings. This is a big chance for Flores. He's got a decent shot, but not enough angle on it. He did probably just do the best shot of the game so far, which shows how bad the rest of them are. These guys need to step up their game. I mean, with how well Evampel and Zen played in the last one type of shot only 1v1 that we had on the channel, this has got a lot to live up to. Of course, ceiling shots have been getting better, I think. Or players have been getting better at them since the first time that we did this, and that is a very good shot by Flores. He'd be happy with this in any car. Yeah, listen to the sound. I don't know what this is. I don't know what the sound is. Can you guys hear the engine? It sounds so funny. I need to max this real quick. Listen to this engine. Oh, the floor pinch from Ixo. He's landed it. Flores is ready for it with his pig noise engine. What is this? I swear the Scarab didn't sound like this when Psyonix released it. I swear. On me mum. Sounds like someone opening and closing a zip really fast over and over again. I suppose it does. I suppose it does. The rebound attempt from close range by Ixo. He's going to have to try again later though. A V8 or a V12. It sounds more like a V70, I'd say. Very, very, very small engines firing rapidly on all cylinders. Yeah, the lawnmower. Or it sounds like a chainsaw, I'd say. Just a very, very small chainsaw. Double touch from Ixo. Flores playing so patiently here. Apologies for having to look at my phone. I've just got someone... Okay, just had to read a message real quick. The Flores got the default camera glitch. Let's check out what Ixo sees. I think Flores is going to have to step up the... or step a bit closer to Ixo's goal if he wants to get a goal out of this. I'm going to turn this volume down. This is so ridiculous. Right, I usually have this right about 50. Please don't score Ixo. Not right now. Not when I'm looking at the volume settings. Do something like that. That should do. Little hand propellers he used to cool down. That's not wrong. It's like a tiny little fan. Tiny, tiny fan. Ixo's got to be careful not to score with any of his saves. A very low scoring 1v1 that we have here. Some reasonable goalkeeping, but for the most part, both players are just shooting from distance, and it's not been hard enough to save. That's good job by Flores, though. Stepping in as soon as Ixo pulled the trigger. Thanks for the prime sub, Inhibit. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good time. Turn it up. I don't want to turn it... Right, okay, press 1 if you want the volume back up loud. Press 2 if you want it where it is right now. I bet you're all just going to troll me right now. It's a decent save by Ixo again, but... Again, accuracy lacking for Flores. Is he going to figure out the Scarab before the end of this match? I would love if there was just a professional player who played this car full time. You guys are unbelievable. I can't stand this. I can't stand this sound, but fine. Fine, fine, fine. We're going to make it as loud as humanly possible. There we go. Are you happy now? I think that's all we can do. Fine. We'll listen to the annoying wasp as Flores takes a 2-0 lead. This time... Although he's again shooting straight down the middle, you'll be able to see from Ixo's POV that it's just too hard to react to this close range. at that speed. Cyropian, thanks for the Prime sub as well. Very much appreciated. It does just sound like 1,000 very excited bees. Like, have you ever heard of the honeybees' defense tactics against hornets? Like, hornets, obviously, they come in and try and destroy the nests of the honeybees. And the bees just, obviously, they love their honey. And I mean, who doesn't love honey? Everybody loves honey, but not as much as honeybees. They really love their honey. They'll even give away their own lives, the lives of hundreds and thousands of bees, to defend the honey. But one of their strategies to defend against hornets, and maybe that's the strategy that Flores and Ixo might want to use against this car sound, is they kind of let the hornets come into the nest. They kind of bait them in, like bait them forward. And then once the hornet's inside, they all dogpile on him. But since their stings don't affect hornets at all, hornets are completely immune to bee venom. That's why they're so good at destroying bee nests, and they got big teeth. They just cut the bees in half. But what the bees do, because they know they can't sting the hornets, is they just dogpile on them, and then they flap their wings so fast. This is true, by the way. They flap their wings so fast that the internal temperature of the dog pile increases to some ridiculous temperature like 150 degrees Fahrenheit, and that the hornet just dies because of heat. So that's actually how bees defend against hornets, if you didn't know. I know that that's far more interesting than this game, because it was already over. But yeah, go look it up. It's fascinating. Hornets, they come in to completely destroy and ransack the poor bees and take all their honey. Actually, they don't want the honey. I don't know what they want, but maybe they do want the honey. Do they want I think they want the larva, if I remember correctly. Flores just listen to the hornets and the bees. Listen, Flores, later I'll tell you about the birds and the bees, but for now you're going to have to settle for the hornets and the bees. Completely true. Like, I didn't make any of that up. I know I make up quite a lot of things on stream, but that was factual. That was all the facts. The Dutch oven bee variation. It's true. Listen, there's no better way to defend your hive against angry hornets than dogpiling them and flapping your wings so hard that the internal temperature of the dogpile exceeds that of the surface of the sun, that the hornet just can't take it. That's what I'd recommend if you've got any hornet problems. Just flap your wings rapidly. It'll probably sound something like this. Good setup again by Flores, but he's not able to get the angle that he's looking for. Let's actually do some commentary real quick before everybody on YouTube just complains. He's not talking about the game. I want my play-by-play. I need my daily dose of play-by-play to go with my vitamins. All right, not the best setup there by Ixo. I think he's looking for a flip reset, but pretty late. Alec975, thanks to the Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate it, man. Welcome to the stream. Flores has mind-gamed Ixo this time. You know, it kind of counts as a ceiling shot because he did get a single touch right there. Just one of the wheels made contact. Technically, that was a ceiling shot. It was. Yeah, it certainly was. Oh my goodness, they're really trying to increase the internal temperature of the engine on the kickoffs. It goes up to another level. Vitamins are being proved useless. Listen, vitamins can be useful. Hey, so can dodging underneath the ball in a Scarab. Check this out from Ixo. He starts off on one side of the ball. By the time he's finished his maneuver, he's gone over to the other side while making contact halfway through. That's how it's done. 1-1. He gets his first goal of the series. Only took 5 minutes and 45 seconds. This is actually so boring. Well, maybe you should go read about bees and hornets then, shouldn't you? What are you doing watching my stream when you could be on some Wikipedia adventure reading about bees and hornets? Have you guys ever done that, where you just end up on Wikipedia and then you just start clicking on something, another Wikipedia topic? So you start off on hornets, then from hornets you go to bees, from bees you go to honey, from honey you go to, I don't know, marmalade, and then you eventually it always ends up in something incredibly weird. Holy cow, Ixo.
Just sit on them and flap my arms until they burn to death. Joyful.
Ixo did nothing for 4 minutes and 30 seconds, and now he's done two fantastic shots back to back. That's a floor pinch with the Scarab. Thanks to 250 bits, 5 magics. Should I try that if I encounter home invaders? Sit on them and flap your arms until they burn to death. It's not a terrible strategy. The sitting part's already a good start, you know? Flores again, just shooting straight down the middle with power. He's just focusing on the power here.
I've never been so invested in a topic than your rant about bees and the Scarab engine sound. Love the videos and glad I could catch a stream. Wham 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 wham.
FL Reaper, thanks for stopping by, dude. I'm glad you're enjoying the discussion about not Rocket League. Some of the best commentary I've ever done, honestly, is when I just completely ignore the game. And some of my favorite commentary watching other esports and sports in general is when the commentators just start talking about something else entirely. Because sometimes it's better to just, chill. Just enjoy what you're seeing with your eyes and then think about something else. It's pretty good combination. Floris is again looking for power from close range. That is the combination which has worked for him thus far. Ixo, meanwhile, going for a little bit higher risk, higher reward perhaps in terms of the brand building potential. So if he's going to get on Rocket Dailies, it better be a nutty shot. Perhaps a floor pinch at the end of a ceiling shot is good enough, but maybe not. That's what he's going for. He's trying to elevate even higher. Floris has just reached the limit. Air dribbles into the bar. But although he's added a little bit of height to his shots, Floris is now lacking in the accuracy needed. Ixo, however, not lacking in that facet. You're American? I think you mean American. Did you know that Honeybee visits 50 to 100 flowers during a collection trip? I did not know that. What's the difference between jelly and jam? Well, jam is the correct word, and jelly is the incorrect use of a word that means something completely different, which Americans say all the time. Jelly for me is the wobbly pudding. I realize how stupid that sounds, but yeah, you probably know what I mean. The wobbly pudding, that's what we call jelly. What do you call that in America? If you call jam jelly, what do you call jelly? Look at that shot again. So much angle from Ixo, really looping around the ball. Floris is opting for a very, very close to the ball dodge. He gets nice and close, then he dodges. Ixo uses his dodge to wrap around it. You call it gel-o. So you're literally just spelling things wrong now. Goodness sake. You guys need to get your stuff together. Thanks for the 250 C Savage. Is this more about bees?
The bees?
It is.
I mean, obviously, they love their honey. Who doesn't love honey?
Oh, this is just what I said.
Honey bees. They really love their honey. They will even give away their lives to defend their honey.
Lives? Close
One of the strategies they use to defend against hornets is to bait them into the nest.
No, we ran out of characters. Tell you what, Floris not running out of ways to fake
are immune to honey
Ixo.
venom. That's what makes them so good at stealing honey. But anyways, what the bees do, because they know they can't sting the hornet.
This is literally word for word what I said.
Kind of dog pile onto the hornet, and then they flap their wings so fast that TH.
Brian, can you please finish reading the entire sentence? I don't know what the character limit is for Brian's sheer reading, but you reached it. To be honest, I'm low-key impressed with how eloquent I was. I expected a lot more likes and ums and ahs and repetition. That's usually what I do whenever I'm speaking. So I'm happy with that. Backflip ceiling shot, not going to work this time for Ixo. Really, is that really what I said? One of the strategies used to defend against hornets is to bait them into the nest. And then I started talking about hornets being immune.
Damn, look at his nose. The nose spam's not dead. Nose long like garden hose. Nice to 10 months, Prally Hands. I love saying your name, by the way. Floris taking a leaf out of Ixo's book. He's now using a little bit more angle in his shots. He's got around the ball there and changed the angle. You see there, Ixo just double jumping, expecting Floris to shoot straight like he has been for the entire series. Literally word for word. I'm quite happy with that, C Savage. Not gonna lie. Quite happy with that. I did a reasonable explanation on a topic I've never really explained before. I'll take it. I just saw a video about it once. I was like, that's kind of cool. I hope I never become reincarnated as a honeybee though. Because although honey is great, I don't want to be bitten in half by a giant hornet just because I'm in love with it. Doesn't seem like a good idea. Ixo probably just had the best save of the series right there. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to score at the other end to capitalize. Floris is trying to do his 360 dribble on the Scarab, which although it looks much better, is much harder to execute. Can he put it beyond all doubt? Yes, he can. There is no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyway because bees don't care what humans think is impossible. Yellow, black. Yellow, black.
I've heard this
Yellow,
before. I love that. Oh my word. Flourish, you gotta let that go in. That started as a turtle and finished as a turtle. That was gonna be nutty from Ixo.
Now you see what happens when a boy hornet and a girl bee love each other very much.
I really don't want to see that ever.
Some honey and beat their wings very fast to heat the honey into a baby bee.
Yes. Alright, one more game because I gotta go to bed. Alright. This will be the last one, boys. Thanks for another 250 bits, Scrogger191. This has been very educational stream, but not about Rocket League, about honeybees. Who said I couldn't adapt? People are saying I'm out of content. I'm only just beginning. We've made I don't know how many 100 videos just on Rocket League. Just wait till I branch out, start making videos about just all kinds of things. A German wobbly pudding is a wackle pudding. It does sound like a wobbly pudding. Floris, they've both got the fixed camera glitch. Let's see what it looks like here. Floris now able to make contact. What up, Exploit? Welcome to your first ever stream. You just missed the most educational segment of my stream that has ever happened. And it wasn't because of me. It was Brian mostly. Honeybees only 1v1. I kind of want to see a ceiling shot, or just flip reset on the ceiling and then wave dash on the floor. That's the shot that I want somebody to try. I've never seen that before. Somebody resets your flipping ceiling and then catches the ball. Once it reaches the ground, the wave dash.
Or should we say buzzing, young naturalists? Join National Geographic Kids as we get the lowdown on one of our planet's most fascinating insects in our 10 facts about honeybees. Honeybees live in hives, or colonies. The members of the hive are divided into Are divided into 3 types: the queens, the workers, and the drones. There you go. Let me finish that off for you, Brian. I know you got a little bit tired there. Thanks to 250 bits again, C Savage. And especially thanks for more facts about honeybees. This is what we need. Here comes number 2. 2. Honeybees are super important pollinators for
They are.
flowers,
We're
fruits,
screwed
and
without them.
vegetables. This means that they help other plants, kitten bees, transfer pollen between the male and female parts, allowing plants to bunnies seeds and fruit.
Yeah, without bees, we pretty much just lose all of our vegetation.
Jelly is a clear fruit spread made from cooked fruit juice and sugar.
No, it isn't. That's jam.
Pectin. Jam is a thick spread made from fruit juice, chopped, crushed, or pureed fruit and sugar.
Oh, so you guys just have jam, and then you have fake jam.
Another thick fruit spread made from
cooked fruit juice and sugar. So it's really not much fruit at all in jelly, as Americans know it.
Kitten will create a new queen by selecting a young larva, the newly hatched baby insects, and feeding it a special food called royal jelly.
It's called royal jelly. Are you kidding me?
Fertile queen.
How does the larva know that it's the new queen? It's just a larva.
Honeybees are fab flyers.
Is it ever a princess bee, or is it straight to the queen?
25 kilometers per hour and beat their wings 200 times per second. 6. The average worker bee lives for just 5
They
to 6
fly at 25 kilometers an hour?
During this time, she'll produce around 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey.
Wow. Average worker lives for just 5 to 6 weeks, and she'll produce around 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey. I think they need to do a little bit better than that. I could do that. Pretty sure I could pollinate 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey. I don't know about that, but we'll see. Floris has scored so many fakes on Ixo just because Ixo has more faith in Floris hitting the ball than he should. But to be fair, Floris has scored some decent shots. He's mixing in the fakes very, very well, albeit accidentally. Ixo with the freestyle in the Scarab. Look at that backflip at the end there. Yeah, do you not think you hear about that? A worker bee can only do 1/16 of a teaspoon of honey, and you're like, come on, I could do that. Pretty sure I could get that together. I don't know. I don't really know what you need to do to get it, but if there's an instruction manual, that would be a good start. Yeah, I'll see you in London. Everybody is going to be at RLCS. 1-1 in game 3. This is the final game of the Scarab only. Ceiling shot 1v1. Another floor pinch by Ixo. This time Floris ready for it. Thanks for the 500 bits and no message. Tyrannism. I do appreciate that kind donation. If you forgot to write your message and you wanted Brian to read it, I'm really sorry. Type it in chat and I'll try and do it in Brian impression for you. Chew up 100 flowers. See, I could do that. I could chew up 100 flowers if it really came down to it, life or death. You know, it's doable. Definitely doable. Honey is basically bee vomit. Okay, never mind. I take it back. Worker bees are incredible. How's that sound? Those are some pretty decent facts, though. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to reread those. But for now, we got a minute and 12 seconds left, and one of these guys is probably gonna accidentally score a ceiling shot in a Scarab and take the entire series. I wonder if I should put bees in the thumbnail of this video, because it isn't clickbait. And the Scarab does kind of look like a bee without wings and wheels instead. It looks like a bee with wheels instead of wings. That's how I would describe the Scarab to somebody. The Scarab, by all rights, should not be able to fly, because its tiny little wheels should not be able to propel anywhere near enough for its little fat chubby body.
Also brilliant boogiers. To share information about the best food sources, they perform their waggle dance.
Oh, I've heard about this
When the
actually.
worker returns to the hive, it moves in a figure of 8 and waggles its body to indicate the direction of the food source.
That one I heard. That's
cool.
true.
Huh?
I'm sure they're all true actually. These do sound like bee facts for sure. But I had heard of that one before. Ha! Do you get it? Oh, that joke was really sweet. This time the mind game not going to work for Flores. Looks like we're going to OT and Ixo gets the first shot if these guys are playing gentleman's rules. Make a black and yellow Scarab for the thumbnail. Yes, now we're talking. That is a thumbnail and a half. Bees meet Rocket League. What a shot! Ixo saved the best to last. And in a game which was 1-1 for the duration, he slams it in. He gets the double touch at the near post. It might have been on target just barely, but it certainly was after he was done with it.
Did you know that bees are dying at an alarming rate?
Yes, I heard this.
Well, if you didn't, now you know that bees are dying at an alarming rate.
That's not funny.
Mwah. Mwah. Mwah.
What game's there?
Mwah.
By Ixo and Flores. But also great stuff from the honeybees. Ixo wanting Flores to play ranked. You're welcome, Flores. Anytime you want to learn about the birds and the bees, just let me know. I'll give you the pep talk. Ixo and Flores, guys. Big thanks to them.